That the humanity. Morning campers, George here. Sunday morning, little chilly outside, cup of coffee. We got a project. Yep, I'm in the kitchen, in the cottage, trying to fix up some things. I'm a little old and a little short and getting shorter every day. So I'm going to work on this project, and I thought while I'm doing it, I'll just bring you guys along. Hey, what can I say? I'm lonely. Anyway, the problem I'm having right now is, like I said, I'm a little old and a little short. I'm getting shorter every day, and at my age, that's not unusual. And right now, as you can see up here, I have my pots and pans up there, which is great. Nice place to have them, keeps them out of the way, but I'm real short. I got to stretch up all the time to get them. I got to figure that one out. So what I did, Amazon, that place. And what I did was on Amazon, I found this guy, which is a stainless steel rack, and it has a couple of hooks that go on the bottom and hang down. And I thought, I can put this in the kitchen and hang my pots and pans from there. Here's some info on it. And put it together just to have a look at it. It's pretty cool. And fairly inexpensive for stainless steel, that is. And what I'm planning on doing is right here, above the stove, right there, that big blank grey spot, I plan on hanging my pots and pans. That's the plan. The problem I'm having is something I discovered about the cottage is that I dropped it. The humanity. So after dropping it, I got to put it back together, which is a good time to show you how it works. You have these bars, and they just square stainless steel rods, and they go in here and press into these little gaps here. And got to get them all lined up. So they just press in like that. Don't know if you can see that. And then they press down into there just like that, and then it has a little keeper which goes on the top, and you can line them all up, kind of make them all about even, so you got your distance, and there it is. And here you can see how it looks. It's got the keeper on the front, so I have a shelf and a place to hang the pots underneath. So as I was saying here, the problem I found in the cottage is the drywall here. I don't know what the issue is. I have a stud finder, but it just doesn't work in here. I can't find a stud anywhere in this house. And I think obviously it's the stud finder and the way they put it up. And I'm not sure why. As you know, it is a concrete brick style house. And I'm not sure what they did on the inside to finish it and everything. And I've had a real problem trying to find studs. So what I'm having to do is hang this up, and it's got to be strong enough to handle the pots and pans. And they're not light. So I've got to make sure it's sturdy enough when I put it up. And I have basically two choices now because I can't find a stud. These are the two choices I'm looking at. and they're pretty big and sturdy. I kind of like the butterfly one because I feel that it gives a pretty good wide base behind the drywall. This just gives you this spot here, and relying on that keeping inside the drywall. Here's the problem. With this, you've got to make a pretty big hole coming in. But then I looked at it and they're about the same. So it doesn't really matter. What's going to make the difference is when I mark it up, if I hit a stud, I'm going to have to use this guy without the plastic. So if that's the case, then that's what I'm going to have to use. If I don't hit a stud, then I'm going to use these guys. So it's kind of hidden. The next problem, where to put it. I'm going to put it in the middle of from here to there. The height is the other issue that I have. And looking here, he said stretching up. This frying pan I have here is the biggest and longest part that'll be hanging from there. So I have to decide just how high do I want them above the stove. I don't want them too close. So they're going to have to be a little bit higher. But I have to be careful not to put the shelf high enough, because then I'm back to the same problem if I have things on the shelf. Other than that, this is going to go real smooth. 42 and a half, 21 and a quarter to center. So let's get that marked up. Need a pen. 22 and a quarter. So here you can see these are the hooks that hang below the shelf. So the shelf is like this, and what I'm going to do is hang these on the shelf. So they clip over the top there like that, and they'll hang like that. So now the pot is going to be hanging this far below the shelf and down. So I'm back to that same issue of how high do I want the shelf. I don't want to be able to have to stretch too far. And it looks like it's going to have to be about that height. So I think that's a good starting point. And let me get my pan here so we can have a look. So we're looking at that high and the pan hanging down here, which is even a little bit close to the stove, closer than I'd like. It'll be closer to the wall, but maybe I'll just bring it up a little bit. I think that'll work. So that's the plan. So let's do this thing. I'll mark it up, get the holes in there and mount it, and hopefully it's going to work and not fall down when I put the pots on. Here's hoping. So the shelf, 22 and a half, 11 and a quarter. So I'm going to have to measure it off the back here to get these holes correct as to where they're going to go. So I'll mark that up and let's get going. So I've marked my spot and just one side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little guy to drill a pilot hole in. And what that does is when I go to the bigger one, it won't walk across when I try and drill in. If you go straight in with this, they tend to go off center because they're just wider. So the pilot hole will help. Also, if I hit a stud, I'll know it and I can stop right away. Now I know what I'm going to be using, and I won't drill into the stud with this big guy. Okay, so I drilled in and I didn't hit a stud with the little drill bit. What I'm going to do is put this screw in to hold one side of the shelf, lift it up, get it level, mark the other sides, and then move on from there. The good news is I hit a stud. Woohoo! So I know I have a solid connection there, and hopefully on the top as well. And then what I'll do is I'll use the same things on this side here, although there's no stud. Those two there hopefully will be strong enough to hold everything. We'll see. So there you have it. And the good news is 1, 2, 3 of them hit studs. The bottom right one didn't, so I just put one of them holdy plastic things in just to hold it. But I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere. So I had to raise it up a little bit higher than I wanted to, simply because I didn't want things too close to the stove. But let's see how it looks. There you go. Kind of liking this. So there you go, campers. If you're wondering why I have it set up like this, if I put this here and that one there, they tend to bang the end, get in each other's way. The width of the thing determines that. I don't care as long as they're safe. They're not going to fall on me. And I've got room to put up my poached egg maker and my lids for my pots and pans. So it worked out pretty good. I got lucky with the studs. Simple luck. No planning involved in that. It was hit or miss. But hey, luck is a good thing. My new pots and pans holder. Woot! Another project completed, and we're working on it. It's that whole budget thing. One thing at a time, and hopefully I'll get to where I want to be. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. You know the story. And I'm pretty sure I'll be back again with another little project, somewhere, somehow, in the cottage. Just saying. Oh, don't forget, leave no trace. Clean up when you're done. Even in the kitchen, not just the outdoors. Thanks for watching. Bye.